Oh, so is that the original?
That's the original.
Golden.
Do you want them the other way around?
By chance, and then I come back on my phone to myself. I haven't been there. I was so lucky. 2014, Transformers.
Hell, 2009. A long time.
Yeah, that's my 10th thing.
Where was that?
I recently in a taxi.
Yeah. Do you know it got a
Well, this is very exciting. I am joined right now by the one and only Richard E. Grant. Hello there.
Okay.
How is it to be at the premiere here in London's Leicester Square?
Very grateful it's not raining.
I know, it's unusual, but it's not really.
Very unusual. And I think there are only 4 of the actors who are in it here tonight. Before all the others all over America. So.
Well, it's just such a so brilliant to have you here tonight to talk about it. Can you tell us a little bit about your character? Who is he and what did he do?
He was the British prosecutor in the Nuremberg trials of the Nazi Party at the Second World War. And he was the person who finally nails Shannon to get him convicted.
Did you know much about him before taking on this role?
A great friend of mine, an actor, Woodall, had played him and he's here tonight, had played him in an early movie with Rami Malek. So I knew from that, and I also watched most of the Nuremberg trials, so I used to.
That's so funny, you have a friend that played him, and you're going to have a kind of who played him best of.
He would have played him best.
I think you did a sterling job, because also this is a pivotal moment in history. Really. Why do you think it's an important story to bring to the big screen?
It was the first time that anybody had prosecuted people in a war, because you could always been in the field of war. What people do is within the field of war, but you're following orders, so that you're not personally responsible for the decisions that you make. And this turned all of that around in 1946.
I know, it's amazing, isn't it? I actually didn't know everything about the story of it, and this film is like a little history lesson at the same time.
Yeah.
It's great. For anyone here, why should they be going to see Nuremberg on the big screen when it's released on November the 14th?
Because the dynamic between Russell Crowe playing Gordon and Rami Malek playing psychiatrist who interviewed for a year, and the book upon which the movie is made is an extraordinary examination of how apparently normal human beings perpetrate such evil.
Indeed, it really is. Thank you. Richard E. Grant. Is the premiere all right for you?
It's lovely. Thank you very much.
Do you still get excited about this?
Yeah, I mean, we're in Leicester Square. I want a big poster. It's great. It's great.
It's amazing. The film is fantastic. You're brilliant. Tell us about who you play and what his role is.
So I play Sergeant Harry Trias. He is the German-speaking interpreter for Rami Malek and Russell Crowe. And so he's in every room for every sort of secret conversation that happened.
Yeah, but not in the closet tonight.
And you said he's the German-speaking character, right? This is amazing. Lots of people go to great extents when they're preparing for a character. And for you, you learnt German. Is that from scratch?
Yeah.
How is your German?
None. No, I worked really hard at learning as much German as I could for the role. It had to be, I couldn't, it's not really something you can wing. So, yeah, my first day was speaking only German with Russell Crowe and Rami Malek. So yeah, it was fun.
That's quite an intense first day. I mean, you've got Rami Malek, Russell Crowe, and that's day one. How was it? Quite stressful?
That was deeply stressful, but luckily they're both pros, they're both gentlemen. They looked after me, and yeah, we had a lot of fun.
I mean, it's an incredible film. It's a powerful story. How much did you know about the Nuremberg trial before this?
Not a whole lot. It's a subject, it's a fascinating subject that not a lot of people know about. So I think it's wonderful that this film's coming out, and yeah, all these really, really interesting, to see my uncle, conversations that happen behind the scenes are, you know, people they're coming to light, and I think it's awesome.
And what made James the perfect director for this film?
I mean, he's the loveliest, sweetest man you'll ever meet, and you know, I think he had quite the cast on his hands, and he dealt with, you know, the pressure of that perfectly. He's done every bit of research that he needed to do, and you know, I think the story is incredibly personal to him, and to a lot of people that worked on it. So that, you know, a lot of love went into it.
It's a great film. It's out next week, November the 14th. Why should anyone here go and see it?
Well, you know, there aren't as many films coming out in the theatres anymore, and this is certainly a film that shines so beautifully on a big screen, and it's a powerful one. So I think anyone who sees it on a big screen, you know, will remember it.
Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, Leo Woodall.
Did you watch him in that film?
No, I didn't.
You should watch it. It's a great movie. Not you. Yeah, I wish you said it. Huh?
It's not who I thought it was.
He's really stylish, isn't he?
He's definitely got the best outfit I've seen.
Oh, he's always stylish.
Very well tailored. But it looks good on him. Like, he shouldn't be a tall person.
He's like Bruno Mars. He can carry off being short. He's got a personality.
And the face.
By Rami Malek.
Hello. Thank you for joining us. It's a very special film, and I'm just honored that you all came out. Thank you.
How is it to be back in Leicester Square, by the way?
I was trying to count the amount of premieres I've had here, and I think it was 4, but it's always a thrill to be back. I'm in the center of London, a city that I absolutely adore, and to get to share this in one of the most iconic places in London is just a thrill and a gift.
And what a film as well. I mean, it's incredible. And it's actually a story that maybe not everyone knows. How much did you know about it beforehand?
Well, I knew so much about Nuremberg, the trial itself, but I did not know that there was a psychiatrist charged with trying to discover if these patients, 22 Nazis, were compos mentis, if their minds were fit for trial. And I found that story absolutely intoxicating. And who better to be in a jail cell with than the one and only Russell Crowe. So it was a phenomenal experience and a stacked cast, but something that I think people will be very, very surprised by.
And I mean, it's a serious film. Your character, has serious kind of like job to do. Yeah, I hear that you say this is one of the most fun characters you played. In what way?
I find him to be quite charming. I find him to be disarming, which is a very useful skill when you're a roster of patients or 22 Nazis. I liken this film sometimes to A Few Good Men and Tom Cruise's character, so I had to be very careful of being on cruise control. You know, I got a leather jacket on it sometimes, I wear aviators, and cognizant of is it too much, but I think in the darkest of times we need to find a bit of levity, and in the same way I try to do it with this character. Yeah.
I mean, can I say the cast is amazing, and the fact that you are there paired up with Russell Crowe in so many scenes, I mean, it was amazing. What were those scenes like to film?
They were incredibly tense. Usually when you're in a cell of that space in Hollywood land, you would remove a wall and put a camera in. Well, our director, James Vanderbilt, he had this bright idea with Darius Wolski, our prolific cinematographer, to keep it intact. So we stayed in our cells. We had camera operators, camera assistants, boom mics overhead. So Russell and I were, and there were moments where we'd be screaming at each other. There were moments where we would be laughing with one another. There were moments, quiet moments, where you could feel the tension, and then equally you could feel the characters quite enamored by one another as well. I think we shared every possible emotion in those cells together.
I mean, it's amazing, it really is. I think it's a really powerful story, and it's great to see it on the big screen. Why is it an important story to be told, and to everyone else, to all these audiences to see?
It's a story about judgment and how we deal with judgment, and I think we asked ourselves possibly, do we rise to the occasion? Are we complicit when we're silent? Where do we find our voice in these situations? Because they're going to occur over and over as we see at the moment. And I think it's very important that we do a gut check after moments like this. And so to be a part of a film, it allows you not only to be entertained, you're challenged, but you'll also leave with a deeply visceral reaction, I hope. I can't imagine you wouldn't. But what is very special about this is that it remains entertaining. I think that's what movies are meant to do, but it will be challenging and thought-provoking.
It's a great film. You're amazing in it. Thank you so much. Rami Malek!
Great to see you all. Great to see you. Thank you so much.
Out of my shot.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am joined now by Michael Shannon. Hello. Welcome to Leicester Square. What do you think? Is that all right for you?
Oh yeah, it's gorgeous. Well, I've been walking around here all day long, so it's nice way to end the day.
What a film, what a film. And you, I mean, you have some intense scenes in this film, don't you? And interesting that some of those scenes are obviously with Russell Crowe as well. I mean, I heard the rumour as well that you decided instead of doing it over 3 days, this amazing trial scene, you were like, nah, 1 day. Now, how did that work out?
Well, I mean, that's how it would be in a real court proceeding, so it seemed like the right way to do it. They don't give you no breaks and get tired, you know? So that's the way we wanted to do it.
It's a really intense scene to watch. Presumably it was like that. Was it a long day?
Oh, I loved it. Frankly, I love doing it. I mean, I come from the theater, so I've memorized 3-act plays before, so it wasn't that unusual. And the legal jargon's a little tricky for me sometimes because I'm not a lawyer, but other than that, I really enjoyed it.
Could you tell us a little bit more about the character you play and who he was, what he did?
Well, Robert Jackson is on the Supreme Court of the United States. He has a very long and storied career that you can learn a lot about. He has his own website devoted to his legacy, and yeah, the trials were his idea. So he had to put them together. He met with some resistance along the way, but he managed to pull it off.
Did you know much about him before you took on the role?
I didn't really know much about him at all, but I don't think many people nowadays do. So that's one of the great things about what I do for a living is I get to learn, you know, and hopefully we still teach some other people about him as well.
When you take on a role like this, and you know there is so much to learn about a character, do you go and kind of do an intense study beforehand, or is it just something that you learn along the way?
Well, for this, I did a lot of reading beforehand. Yeah, I didn't want to know anything about any idea of what I was doing, you know. So it's kind of handy, honestly, when you're playing a person that really, as long as there's, you know, a biography you can look at, it's not that very helpful.
And it is such a pivotal moment in history as well. Why do you think it's such an important film for audiences to see now?
Well, I think it's an example of someone
Which big clones coming out?
You know, like I said, he met with some resistance setting these trials up, but he knew it was the right thing to do. I think nowadays it's easy to feel kind of powerless, like if you're not happy with how things are going, you feel like there's nothing you can do about it. And I think this film says that there is something out there.
It's out next week, November the 14th here in the UK, and why should people go and see the film?
You know, I think particularly for the younger generation, there may be people that just don't know much about this event in history. It's the first international trial of any kind ever. It's the first time that film was used in a courtroom. It's quite the case. There are a lot of groundbreaking things about what happened at the Nuremberg trials that people should know about.
It's a great film. We're recording as always. Thank you so much. Michael Shannon. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome James Vanderbilt.
I'm blown away. This is so incredible to be at the Ilium here tonight. It's a dream come true. This has been a 13-year journey for me, so to be here tonight is just my heart is full.
Do you know, I was going to say that because it was 13 years since you first decided this had to be a movie. Why did you think this is it? This has got to be a film?
I just read Jack Elhai's story about Douglas Kelly, Rami Malek's character, and Russell Crowe running the room. And it was the quickest I said yes to anything in my life. It was just so compelling, and it's such a way into tell the story of the Nuremberg trials. It's so dramatic. I probably should have thought more about it, but I just jumped in with those people.
Well, I mean, it's amazing. The end product is brilliant. It's been worth the wait for you, I guess. But you have such an incredible cast as well. I mean, from what I understand as well, Russell Crowe was a yes straight away.
He was, and I didn't know Russell, but he read the script, and David called me and he said, Russell's in. And I said, oh, I'm excited to talk to him about it, and fit right in. And he said, no, Russell read it, he's in.
When you were working on a film like this, and you have got an incredible cast working with you, what's it like? I mean, it must bring so much to it.
It does, and the wonderful thing about filmmaking is it's such a group effort. It's something that you do as a family, as a collaboration. When you have actors of this caliber who all come to play, and who all are fans of each other, and a lot of them haven't worked together and are excited to work together, everybody's saying great.
Although you did have Michael and Russell who decided instead of doing a 3-day shoot, it was going to be a 1-day shoot, which I imagine was like, oh, hang on a minute, how did that all work out for you?
Well, it was very exciting for me. I think he gave our first AD a heart attack who plans the movie because we don't normally shoot 22 pages of screenplay in one day. But they're such great actors and they were so game for it. And we shot 25-minute takes. And after the first one, all of our extras stood up and applauded. It was one of the most amazing days I've ever had on a film set.
Just like watching a masterclass from acting as well. This film is so important. Why is it important that we see it on the big screen and now?
We made it for the big screen. We built it as a thriller. We shot various Walsey, we shot 9 Ridley Scott movies, 2 Tony Scott movies, and it's beautifully crafted for each sort of production design. So we made it to be seen in cinema. And I think that there's something so wonderful about sitting in cinema with a group of people and going through an emotional experience that you can't replicate anywhere else. So I'm so happy that it's going to be on the screen.
It's an amazing movie. Congratulations on it. James Vanderbilt.
Woo!